Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's new GTA 5 online video, of course, Rockstar's new weekly update just went live this morning, and this video is all about discussing the most major changes of the week. We have some excellent rare and removed vehicles that are available for a limited time only. We have some St. Patrick's Day rewards and player gifts, some pretty decent money bonuses and really good discounts to talk about, plus some other opportunities you definitely want to check out in-game, including a free car or a claimable vehicle at the Salvage Yard. First one in a while, and also features a really rare license plate, so you'll definitely want to stick around and check that out. And with all that being said, let's jump into things. So starting off with our free rewards, as you can see, the clothing unlock for this week is the Blarney Stout Tee. And now, in addition to that St. Patrick's Day reward right there, we do have another St. Patty's Day reward, which is the Blarney's Festive Beer Hat, but that's only available to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and an enhanced version of PC players only. I'm still on Legacy since I can't actually bring my character over still. I've tried and tried and tried, it's just not happening. So in the meantime, let's just check out the Blarney Stout Tee. It says, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." And of course it's got, I mean, honestly, there's a better version of green we could probably get. This is not the best one, but nonetheless, this is the shirt front. And let's see the back. Hold on. There we go. The beer hat's basically the same thing, but instead of a shirt, it's a hat. Now, when I say it's only available on the current version, that's just you getting the reward gifted to you for the first time. Of course, players have had it in previous years on other platforms, but Rockstar's only giving it out on the most current versions of GTA for 2025. Now, please excuse that noise outside. That's landscapers outside. They're working, and I gotta get this video recorded before I leave for my flight. But nonetheless, we're gonna talk about the bonuses as well. So we do have triple money and RP on the community series jobs this week, but in addition to that, we have double money and double RP on the junk energy skydives, and the most important discount is the Oscar Guzman work, the arms trafficking mission you can do if you own a Mackenzie field hangar. Now, you can call Oscar on your phone to request this work, or just go to the computer and request the work. You basically, for a lot of the missions, you're just blowing up like arms trafficking shipments, like rival shipments. Fly around your Sparrow, Raiju, Akula, Hunter, Oppressor Mark II, whatever you want to use, blow up the shipments. Takes you less than 5 minutes. These missions do have a cooldown of 5 minutes, so you can get done with some of the junk energy skydives in the meantime, or do something like, you know, security contracts, which I'm doing on the grind in the meantime as well on that cooldown, because you could do each of those in 5 minutes and just keep the money going. We're going to talk about this in more detail in my money guide here tomorrow, but you can make with double money, you can make some pretty solid money. Some players are talking about you can make over $100,000 with some of these missions. Most of the ones I was doing, I was getting paid between $30,000 and $40,000, but there was mission or some mission variety I wasn't doing, and I just didn't get the mission itself, maybe because I wasn't calling Oscar from the phone in the free room. I was just initiating them from the hangar because I was switching sessions into this place to just start the work right away. So I was getting, of course, paid between, or I will be getting paid between $60,000 and $80,000 for that double money work this week. But I guess on some of the missions you can make even more, which is going to be awesome. But we are going to test that out tomorrow. And don't forget too, one of our weekly challenges for this week also has to deal with this work. So even if you don't want to actually do this work itself, then make sure you do at least 5 arms trafficking missions, because not only do you get $100,000 for completing the weekly challenge, but you also get the Buckingham t-shirt. So in addition to making all that double money on the work, you're getting a free 100 grand and a free t-shirt as well, or a t-shirt included with that. When it comes to our vehicle discounts for this week, we have some really good selections of vehicles, both aircraft as well as cars, that are going to be available on discount. So starting off, the Mammoth F-160 Raiju is going to be 20% off this week. You can get it for $5.484 million, or just above $4 million with the trade price this week. The Overflawed Entity XXR is going to be 30% off this week. You can get it for $1.6 million. Excellent style Koenigsegg in this game. The only problem is, just like all the entities, basically it has engine resistance, so you're not really going to accelerate or go that fast for your top speed. The Principe Electro is also going to be 30% off here. You can get it for $700,000, or just over 500k with the trade price. Not worth it. One of the slowest bikes in the game. One of the slowest sport bikes, that is, too. The Maxwell Vagrant is going to be another vehicle that's 30% off here. You can get it for $1.549 million, or $1.1 million with the trade price. I also don't know why I jumped off Warstock. We have a ton of other vehicles here to talk about, and they're all on Warstock. So the Akula, an amazing stealth helicopter. This is definitely the pick you want to get if you're a solo grinder in GTA Online. You can get this vehicle and this aircraft for 40% off. You can get it for $2.7 million, or $2 million with the trade price. The FH1 Hunter, another fantastic heli, is definitely good for 2 players. If you're a solo player, it's still very good, but it's even better if you have a second friend to join you in the cockpit. But you can get it it for $2.473 million or $1.86 million with the trade price this week. It is 40% off. The Mogul's 40% off. You can get this for $1.4 million. The Starling is 40% off. You can get this vehicle for $1.65 million. And then the classy weaponized Tampa. This is 30% off. You can get it for $1.475 million or just over $1.1 million with the trade price. This is a top 5 vehicle for missions to use in this game. Just like the Vigilante, I feel like players are sleeping on the weaponized Tampa. This is one of the most weaponized vehicles in the game. You get mines, you get miniguns, you get rockets, you get a ton of different stuff you can put on this car. It's got no armor, it blows up in one rocket, but in terms of just offensive capabilities and weaponized capabilities, definitely a super good vehicle to use in missions. And then one of the last cars you can get on sale is this Vapid Dominator GTT on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. You can get this for 30% off or $640,000. At the LS Car Meet, we have some excellent rare and removed vehicles that you absolutely must take advantage of. So let's start off with probably my favorite pick this week. Starting off on the left here, this is the Canis Seminole Frontier. Of course, one of the first rare and removed vehicles we're going to be talking about. This is a very good SUV. It's got incredibly awesome off-road capabilities, great durability, modest top speed. It only goes 100 miles an hour. You're not going to go super fast on this. The Innis Helion from the other week is definitely going to be faster. 4-speed all-wheel drive, so you have a limited gear range, but at least you have good traction and good ability to actually climb up hills and things like that. It's inspired by the 2nd generation Jeep Cherokee, really good at rock crawling. You get exceptional stability on rugged terrains, nice suspension travel, things like that. Not the most ground clearance, of course, but still very solid choice for adventure seekers and off-roaders in GTA Online. If you do want to pick it up, this purchase is going to run you $678,000. Highly recommend it this week. Next up here, this is the Vapid Retinue, not to get confused with the Mark II version, but the Mark I or just the normal Retinue excels in speed and handling. It's also good off-road. It's got a super lightweight build, nice balanced power delivery, I would say. Really cool retro styling, in my opinion. I like the way this car looks over the Mark II, honestly. That's going to complement its performance really well. I'd say the only downside I can point out with this car is it's a little bit top heavy. It's prone to tipping over. Even if you're not like going super fast around a corner, you can actually just full send and just like flip over that way. So just, you know, bear that in mind. Be careful. If you do want to pick it up, $615,000 though. Then moving on here, this is the Overflawed Immorgan. Now, this car is actually going to draw its inspiration from the Gumpert Itali. It's going to feature elements as well from the Aston Martin Vulcan, funny enough. This car is really good in the handling department. It corners with a lot of high downforce, so you're going to stay planted on the road. It's perfect for twisty tracks, but top speed sucks. It only has a top speed of 107 miles an hour and only moderate acceleration. Really not really specialized all that well for winning races in the sports class. It's probably more favored for like technical courses than like just full send racing in a straight line and things like that. But really cool design. I do like the front, I do like the rear, and it comes with this nice Cerveza livery this week. If you do want to pick it up, you can purchase it for $2,165,000. In terms of cost for the value, not really that worth it. Here at Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport and Car Dealership, this vendor, we have some excellent rare and removed vehicles available for this week, so we gotta jump in. Let's start off with the one I featured at the beginning of today's video. It's the Vapid Contender. This is an amazing truck here in this game. Super rugged off-road, amazing durability, great top speed for its size, because look how big this truck is. Look at the ground clearance. Look at this jacked up suspension. It's a shame we can't increase the suspension travel on other trucks and off-road vehicles and SUVs. At the very least, we can only lower it. So I don't know why you would do it with this truck, but nonetheless, super good off-road. The acceleration and the handling aren't superb on regular roads, but it gets the job done. And honestly, still very impressive to me that you can drive this truck around just as fast as someone's sports car if you're like just decent at driving in the game. And of course, if you do want to pick it up this week, it is going to run you $250,000. You have to buy it. Next up, we have the Ocelot Swinger. This is going to be a vintage sports car in the game. It's going to marry style with performance. You get good acceleration, good top speed of 118 miles an hour. It's agile, it's responsive, it's good for driving around the city of Los Santos. It does have a tendency to oversteer, and the braking is just like decent. It's adequate. Of course, you just need to kind of treat this car in a way like you have to get used to driving it because the handling is a little bit finicky at high speeds, but it is inspired by that Jaguar XJ13. It's a stylish choice in my opinion, but it does pose some handling challenges if you're kind of like not used to how this vehicle performs on the road. That being said, if you want to buy it, $934,080 this week. Next up, this is the Dubashi JB700, not to get confused with the JB700W, which comes with the weapons. We just have cosmetic front-mounted machine guns right here, but nonetheless, this is a classic sports car right out of James Bond. You get decent acceleration, excellent top speed in my opinion. It's stable, it's lightweight, it's got a super low profile, but it is prone to oversteer because it is only rear wheel drive. It's inspired by the Aston Martin DB5. It excels in crash resilience and drifting in my opinion. It's just a durable and stylish choice in the game. Definitely recommend you pick it up this week. If you want to buy it, it's going to run you $350,000. Then we'll move on to the Invitero Coquette Blackfin. This car and this Corvette in the game is going to give you a really impressive acceleration, a great top speed, handling that's going to surpass many other muscle cars in my opinion. It's not the fastest in the game, but its capability in navigating tight turns and tight corners makes it a super strong choice for driving around the game, and also racing on tracks with just more turns, curves, twisty roads, things like that. An amazing engine sound and exhaust note. I think that's the best part of this vehicle. It's based on a mix of cars. It's based on the 56 and 1957 as well as 1961 and 1962 Chevy Corvette, but also the Nash Healey and the Austin Healey 3000. If you do want to pick up this car this week, it is going to run you $695,000. Great collector's item right there. Finally, the Progen Tyrus, which honestly, I love the paint job. I love the pearlescent color with like the purple on like the gasoline green. I think this is. This looks like the Mantis roller coaster at Busch Gardens or something. That's just what the color scheme of this car reminds me of. I have something similar actually on my Progen Italy GTB, but I feel like it works so well on the Tyrus. I love this. The Progen Tyrus in this game is going to give you exceptional grip, great handling. Top speed is 123.5 miles an hour, which I'd say is good enough for sort of an older vehicle at this point. It's almost 10 years old. If I stand corrected right there, let me know. It excels in races. It is prone to understeer in tight corners, so just keep that in mind. But just excellent traction based on that McLaren F1 GTR Longtail. You get a nice race style cockpit if you check it out right here. Extensive customization options. Besides the Contender, you have to buy the Tyrus this week. If you can only buy one car, get the Tyrus. If you can afford two, get the Contender. If you can afford three, get the Blackfin with these two. You can buy this car for $2,550,000. Super worth it. Here at the Salvage Yard this week, you could probably see we have a good opportunity due to that garage icon being in the bottom left-hand corner of one of the vehicle thumbnails. The Salvage Yard robberies for this week, pretty decent, and we do of course have a claimable vehicle, that being this Vicer Neo. When you claim this vehicle, it's featured in the podium robbery, so we've seen that. I think we've seen the Vicer Neo as a claimable vehicle 2 or 3 times now. We had it last summer, I think twice, honestly, but this time it comes with the Liberty City vanity plate. It's a top range vehicle for this week, which is pretty nice. Next up, the Tundra Panther, also a top range vehicle for the rest of this week. It's featured in the Duggan robbery. As you can see, the sale value is $401,000, and then the McToney robbery is going to feature this Karen Everin, which is a mid-range vehicle for this week. We have no standard range, which is nice. We have a claimable top range, a normal top range, and mid-range. It's just a shame that they keep giving us the Vicer Neo. If you guys have seen the claimable Salvage Yard vehicle list, it probably features 90 cars. I don't know why they've repeated this one 3 times at this point, even if they do feature different license plates. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Will podium vehicle for the week is the Western Power Surge, which is an excellent sport bike that you can unlock here in GTA Online. I would say it's electric, so you get that instant torque from that motor, and it's got incredible speed. It's super agile. It has some of the highest top speeds for motorcycles in the game. Rapid acceleration, of course, once again due to that electric motor, and it's overall, in my opinion, just a top tier choice for all types of bike enthusiasts. You know, obviously I would prefer something with an exhaust, like a nice exhaust, nice sounding exhaust, but the Power Surge is super fun for time trials. Excellent brakes that are going to provide like instantaneous stopping power. We're going to go over it in more detail on my free vehicles guide on Saturday. I can't spin the Lucky Wheel and try and unlock it because I literally had the Z-Type before. I had to refresh my entire Rockstar launcher to get it to show up. I had the discounts and everything available, but the prize ride and the podium vehicle weren't actually refreshed, which was the first time I've seen that happen on PC in a long time. Something just got messed up, I guess, when I logged into the game, and going to story mode or switching lobbies didn't fix it, so I wasted my spin. I needed to re-record this section of the video, funny enough. At the LS Car Meet, your prize ride for this week, it's an OG vehicle, an incredible OG vehicle, the Truffati Adder. Once again, we'll go into more detail on it on Saturday in my free vehicles guide, but this car has insane raw power, super high speed capabilities. It was once the fastest car in the game, or one of the fastest actually, and it's got incredible straight line speed. The durability and crash resilience of this car, even without armor upgrades, is incredibly good. It's got really good handling, but it's got a touch of understeer. Is just something you got to keep in mind with it. All you need to do to unlock this vehicle is, of course, complete the LS Car Meet Prize Ride Challenge, which for this week is win LS Car Meet Series races for 3 days in a row. There's usually not much to note at Luxury Autos, but this week we do have the Canis Castigator featured here with this cool livery, and I think those are black stock wheels, and same with the Vapid Firebolt ASP. I think these are the black stock wheels as well. So if you want to get these vehicles, but with the black stock wheels, you have to come here to Luxury Autos this week. Ordering them off the in-game website. One, you don't get the customization options apply. Look at this matte green with the cool pinstripe livery. Not only that, but you can't actually change to those color wheels unless you glitch the game out, which is possible, but here you can get it just, directly by buying the car, of course. At the gun van, we have some awesome stock and selection for this week, but the location for it, if you guys are watching on Thursday, March the 13th in 2025, is here at this location in downtown Vinewood in the parking garage right here. And when it comes to that gun van stock and selection, we do have the heavy rifle that's going to be featured right here. We have the battle rifle, which is definitely a sweet weapon. You can only pick it up at the gun van, I believe. The compact EMP launcher, the minigun, the carbine rifle, the standard one, the Mark 1 version, as well as the battle axe. Now, if you want to get some weapon discounts here, the heavy rifle is going to be 50% off. Super worth buying right there. I have mine built and colored just like a normal Scar H. And then, of course, the minigun this week is actually going to be free, so you got to come to the gun van to pick it up. You can buy it at Ammunition, but there's no point when it's free at the gun van. And then the compact EMP launcher is going to be 40% off for all players in the game. Or sorry, 40% off for GTA Plus members, excuse me. We are going to be wrapping everything up right here though, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, or if you just found the information helpful, make sure you drop a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Also check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram so you guys can get connected with me outside of YouTube. I live stream GTA Online several times a week over on my Twitch account, twitch.tv/Hazardous HDTV. You can find the links to my social media all down in the description below. But again, thank you so much for watching. Definitely tune back in tomorrow because we're going to be jumping into those arms trafficking missions, do a little bit of a money guide and live gameplay here we'll go over, and just see how much money we can grind from the Oscar Guzman side content and side work, while also doing some other activities to make some money on the cooldown. I think you guys will enjoy that greatly. So again, have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.